First, I'd like to do a bit of housekeeping. Feel free to unmute yourself when it's your turn to speak. Please be mindful of everyone else by muting yourself while others are speaking. You're welcome to put any contact information that you'd like to into the chat. We meet here to share deals, look for deals and solutions we have in need with our real estate. We are not your financial advisors, attorneys, or accountants. We do not endorse or recommend any specific solutions or contractors here. You're advised to do your own due diligence for your own satisfaction before you invest. The first Friday of each month is normally Ask the Attorney with Ms. Catherine Davis. Our meetings are typically recorded, so only share what you want others to know.
Okay, thank you, Laura. And who wants to start off today here? Hopefully Catherine will be able to join us here before our time is up, and maybe she does come in late sometimes. But we'll go ahead and start our networking, haves and wants. Who's got something of interest? Property for sale. If you got a wholesaler, you've got something under contract, you're looking for an assignment to an investor, you're in the right place. Got folks here looking for their next deal. Okay, hey, I see Laura talk about wholesalers. It sounds like Laura's got her hands up, but she's still driving.
I pulled over. I'm on a residential street, so I easily pulled over here. This is not ready yet, but I'm gonna put it out there. I think I'll have it in the next day or two. But it's in Litchfield, Illinois. So I'm just throwing a Hail Mary out there. I wouldn't think someone on this call would be interested, but a rental or a flip property in Litchfield, Illinois is going to be coming up, available on wholesale. And I'd be happy to speak with anybody who is interested in that area or knows someone who's interested in that area. If you can help me make a connection, that would be awesome. I've got one or two people I'm going to be reaching out to, but on this particular deal, since I don't normally do deals like this in Litchfield, I'm probably going to have to go meet somebody new is what I'm thinking. So if you know somebody in that area, or like maybe an investor in Springfield, Illinois, maybe they would travel south to Litchfield. I'd love a connection, or if you're interested, feel free to reach out to me. I will say my contact info first, and then I'll put it in the chat after I get done talking. My name's Laura Lennington. Last name's Lenington. Phone number is 636-5. What is my phone number? 636-587-0363. And I have no idea how that was hard. No idea. Okay. Email address is my name, Laura, Laura, .c as in cat, .Lennington, Lenington, @gmail.com. That's my have. I almost have it.
Okay.
I'm confident I will have it. So that's why I'm putting it out.
Do you have any more details about the house, Laura? I've got some relatives in Litchfield I could reach out to.
Yeah, gosh, John. And I have read and been given and evaluated this house, and you're asking me to come up with actual memory. But no, so vaguely it's like and I haven't seen it in person yet, and I will. Actually, I didn't realize I only live 30 minutes from Litchfield, which just blows my mind. Litchfield might as well be Mars. But it's a 3-bedroom house, I believe. I believe it's a 1-bath. It is definitely cosmetically dated. So, but it appears to be well maintained. Like, it's not trashed. It's just like the carpet never got replaced, and it's got some paneling on the walls and things like that. But it looks like a real solid structure. Let's see, asking price is going to be $65,000. And we can probably, we were flexible if we need to be. So, if 65 is not your number, talk to me. But let's see, what else is there to say? ARV. Again, this is sort of me just looking on the MLS, not very sure of the area or what other people's opinions might be. I think it's a $130,000 house. Could be more based on price per square foot comps, but I'm trying to stay conservative. And also I think it'd be a really solid rental. I did not nail down what I thought rent would be per month. I usually do all that when I get my marketing together. But 3-bedroom house, it's siding, not brick, if I remember correctly. And it's on East Rider. East Rider.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, excellent. I will pass that along. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, thank you, John. I appreciate you.
Do you have any idea what it might need? I mean, obviously there's always stuff that you don't know about, but if is there
Right,
anything
yeah.
you do know?
And I wish I would have walked it, but look, carpet paint, kitchen is, I would think most people would put in cabinets and a countertop just to update, not because anything's torn up, but just to update. What does it need as far as plumbing and electrical? Nothing to my knowledge, but I'm not exactly sure on that, but there's nothing to my knowledge. Now, the roof in the pictures looks old and I don't believe it's been replaced, but I'm going to verify on age of roof. When it was listed on the MLS a couple years ago, it didn't look at that time. So probably a roof. It's a big house too, and it's got a garage. Yeah. So
Okay.
I think that roof's not like a $4,000 roof. It'll be like a 7,000 maybe. And I put those numbers into my repairs when I estimated the numbers. So
Okay.
yeah. And what else was I gonna say? Yeah. What other questions about this one, John?
That's about it. I'll just put it out there and see if they're interested. If so, then we'll get in touch with you.
Yeah, awesome.
That'd be
I'd love
great.
to know who they are. Either way it goes on this one. Because I do make sure people know that I do Illinois deals, I will get kind of like leads in small towns like this. So yeah, it'd be great to get a few more people that are interested in buying out in these areas on my list.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my have. And as far as wants, first of all, I want to shout out Bill Jones. I hope he's on today. I don't know. Him and I closed a deal on Monday, and he is freaking awesome. So we basically wholesaled the deal, and it went as smooth as it can. I mean, it went smooth. That's the bottom line. He was so on top of things as being the person who acquired the AB contract. And I know he didn't acquire it to wholesale it. That wasn't his original exit, but man, he just absolutely was flawless on his execution of the deal. And as someone who's come in midway through a lot of deals in the past, it was really nice. So I just want to shout him out as someone who I really enjoyed doing business with, someone I met in the group. Someone I would absolutely do it again. And big shout out to him. And yeah, I just want to put that out there. If anybody has a real estate challenge and, you want to find out like what someone like me thinks would be a good idea to do, or if there's someone you're looking for that I can connect you with, please reach out to me and let me know what you're working with, what you got going on. And if it's not something that I have a valuable thought about, I'd like to connect you with someone who does.
Thank you, Laura. And I will just put a shout out to you too. If anybody has a deal like that, any kind of question, Laura is the go-to person. She did a presentation for us. I don't know, it's been a year or so ago, Wholesaling from the Heart. And I think that was about the best title and one of the best presentations we've had. So let me go see if I can find the link for the replay and I'll put that in the chat today. But yes, definitely. Thank you. And I'm sure Bill's happy about that too. He seems like a really good guy. So
Oh
thank you.
gosh, cream of the crop, that guy. Really, really, really just, and he just took my personality. Like my personality is nice, but I know in texting and things I can come across very direct because I'm just constantly just hammering stuff out. And he just rolled with I think I asked him the same question twice, about 5 times. But this is what it takes when you're in a fast-paced business getting a deal done. And he was just really wonderful. So yeah, it was a great pairing. So thanks, John. Yeah.
Yeah, and Laura, Amber just reminded us, yeah, he gave you a similar comment last week. He
Oh,
said, wholesaling a deal with you.
I love it.
He wants to meet him that hasn't met him already. Hopefully he came to our last networking breakfast last month, and I think he's planning on coming next week, next Tuesday, at the Shack in Creve Coeur. So
Awesome.
seemed like a really nice guy. Yep.
Yeah, I know he's working on another project right now. That might be where he's at today. Kind of. Yeah. So, but no, I definitely get to know Bill Jones. He's a good one.
Yes. Very good. Thank you, Laura. Okay. Who else has got something for us? Either have or want. Got our first big have here today with Laura. Anybody looking for?
Lloyd, I'd like to go. It's Hunter.
Yeah,
Oh,
hey,
it's all
Hunter,
right.
go ahead.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Yeah, I am looking for hard money. I'm in Utah, so I'm looking for any hard money lenders that do nationwide deals. Me and a buddy of mine, he's pretty aggressive, and yeah, we're just looking for hard money to see if anybody does deals in Utah. So if anyone has anyone like that nationwide, I'd love to talk with them. Just looking to build up that portfolio of people. So
I don't know if you looked on our website, we do have
okay,
JM Real Estate Capital. They are a nationwide lender. They come to our third Tuesday meeting. They have a personal rep that flies in from where usually either from Texas or Atlanta, but they do lend all over the country. And
and it was Jay Young Real Estate Capital.
JM Real Estate.
JM.
There's a link to their website on our website, STLREIA.com.
Oh yeah, I have that link. John Lee sent it to me. Thank you. I figured you guys would have something like that. I
Okay,
will
yeah,
definitely
and there
reach out to
is
them.
sometimes we have another hard money lender on our calls here. I don't see Charles here today. I'm not sure if he does deals outside of the St. Louis area. But yeah, no, just definitely check with them because I know
Awesome.
they're nationwide. They work in
Yeah,
New York, but
that's already a great lead.
they got reps all over, and they come to a lot of networking sessions with different REIAs throughout the country.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hope that helps.
JM. I'll check them out for sure.
Okay. Anybody else have any other recommendations for Hunter? No. Okay. Okay. Who's got? Anybody have anything else? You have any wants? Working on a project or getting ready to do a project you don't have a contractor lined up for, or need some repairs? Do a roof or siding after the wind we've had this spring. I got a guy that likes doing, he does siding and gutterings, that he likes doing small jobs. So at least I've had better luck at connecting with him on small jobs. A lot of times he just works for himself. I had him out last week to look at two of my houses had siding, kind of same place. 2-story house that has a garage, attached garage, and it seems like when the wind hits the roof of the garage, it blows up and drives the siding loose, because they had 2 Whitaker homes that were had siding loose in the same place right above the peak of the garage roof. So that's what go ahead.
Sorry, Lloyd. I don't know if y'all keep up with Utah, but we had $2 million homes fall off a mountain here. So that's been big news here. They got blown off the mountain and the retaining wall gave out. So
Oh wow, blown off the use. So
yeah, it was
about high winds here then.
yeah. Draper, Utah, up in the mountain. Beautiful homes, right up high in the hill, great view of Salt Lake. If you've ever been out here. And it just blew off the mountain a couple of weeks ago. So that's gonna be a fun one.
Didn't hear about
And I'm
that.
sure everyone's concerned about flooding too.
So does insurance cover that?
It's gonna be an interesting time for sure because the flooding. They're in a battle.
Does insurance cover that?
I think the insurance so I don't think so, because the homes were they lost their occupancy, the whatever it's called. Sorry, I'm newer. So I think they're in a battle because Edge Homes, the builder, is claiming it's the city's fault. So insurance is still, I think it's still being worked out what happens and how it goes and happens. So,
Yeah, most homeowners policy have wind damage, and that's covered.
yeah.
No, flood might
I
not
wonder.
be covered, but generally most of them, at least around this part of the country, wind and hail damage are covered. Those are,
Yeah, but I think they're going after the builder because the builder should have done more in the retaining wall, and the city took away
Oh.
the right to occupy and condemn the homes. And it's a whole.
okay.
If you
Okay.
look up
So-
Draper, Utah homes blowing off the mountain, I'm sure they have their videos of it. It's crazy.
Okay.
So
See, Laura's got her hand up. You got something else for us, Laura?
Yeah. Yes, thank you. I put it in the chat too. I forgot to mention, I'm looking for someone who can do a clean out for me this weekend, possibly, on one of my own rental properties. It's not a huge job. It's not extensive, but looking for recommendations for a clean out person. Somebody that you know, like, and trust, not just somebody's name you know.
Okay. Anybody have anybody like that? Yeah, we have had somebody that joins us regularly here. I don't see him on this morning though. His company does do clean outs. He does water restorations and he also does clean outs.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. Do you happen to remember his name, John?
Yeah, I think you're talking about Terrell Copeland, a friend of
Terrell,
Gary's.
yeah.
Yeah, let's see, he's not a member of the REIA, but he comes on regularly. Let me see if I can find his information for you.
Okay. Yeah, while you're looking
I can right here. I've talked to that guy. Thank you. If anybody wants his number, I've got it.
oh, okay.
Oh, this is what I'm talking about. How I need to remind, but no, this is good. I can put Terrell's info in the chat. I'm reminded of him now.
Okay.
Thank you.
I've got some other guys that I've used in the past. And they've done a little landscaping for me too, a little rough landscaping. I wouldn't have them plant too many trees, but lay down some mulch
Okay.
and hauled off some debris that I had cut when I was cleaning out a backyard, one of my backyards. Let me see if I can find him. Anyway, let's go ahead. Yolanda's got her hand up. You have something for us, Yolanda?
Actually, hello everyone. I am actually new. I kind of ran into you all looking through the site last night. So my husband and I, we assumed my mother-in-law's property in University City. And so we want to get into the investing side of it, but we're new to it. It is a dilapidated property, needs a lot of work. So we wanted to first start off with trying to find out if we can get a contractor, like someone honest, to come and look at it and possibly tell us what we're working with and just kind of get some insight about the business of investing.
Okay. Yeah, well, you're in a good place if you want to get started in investing. And it sounds like you already got your first property there. I'm not sure. Anybody have any like a general contractor that could come and take a look at them, tell them what it needs and what they're up against, and then they might change their mind and just turn into a wholesaler. It was really dilapidated.
Normally, Yolanda, we do have a couple on. I don't see anybody on here today. What you may want to do is mention your contact information, and if you don't mind putting it in the chat, and I'll see if I could reach out maybe to some later today for you, and maybe they could give you just get in touch with you just to find out a little bit more, because that's a pretty general question, and I understand when you're new, you need to talk to somebody that's really knowledgeable and that you can that you can trust too. And you, like Lloyd says, you're in a great place right here. Our group is very, very good. We come from a nonprofit status, but we also, even though you need to do your own due diligence, like Laura says at the beginning, this is really a good place to meet and network with people. So if you don't mind putting your information in there, we can see if we can help you out here. And do feel free to come back if you don't hear nothing next Friday, because every Friday we do have other people on. We typically do have a few contractors. I just don't see anybody that might be able to look at that right now. So,
okay.
but thanks for coming.
Yolanda, where did you say the house was?
It's in University City, U City.
Okay. Okay, I just had a meeting with Greater STL Rentals, which is basically a property management company that falls under the Faster House Group. And in that meeting, they mentioned that they may just take on work as for flips. So basically, I'm going to put their name and the business name and a phone number in there, and you can reach out to them. I'm not making promises that they would take on your type of job, but I would work with them personally for sure. So I'm just going to put their information in the chat. And then if it's not a fit, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mismatch you, but I would reach out and see what they have to say.
Okay, I sure appreciate it. Thank you, Laura.
Yeah, you're
I'll put
welcome.
the information in there.
And and while you're, other folks were talking here, I did look up another general contractor. He's done a few little projects for me, but I know he used to do a lot of rehabs for Faster House also. Again, his name is Scott Burkett. I think I've referred some folks to him in the past. It's
Okay.
Burkett, Burkett, and his number is 314-402-8482.
I greatly appreciate it. Thank you all. And I'll put my information at the bottom as well.
Okay, you can do that. I see, looking at the chat here, also Amber left a link. Is that something that you've got, something on Craigslist, Amber?
It is. So seeing Laura's face, it reminded me I needed to repost it. That was one of the tips that she gave. So it goes back to the top of the pile, but I wanted to post it here as well. I've mentioned it maybe last week, I think. I have a property in the 63115 area code. So if you check the link, you can see some pictures. I have tons of pictures as well as a video. If you're interested, it is a full rehab. I do have a couple people interested, but not a deal closed on it so far. I do own it. This is not a wholesale. It was a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. There is a sunroom in the back room, in the back of the house that could be converted to a 2nd bedroom. So turning it into a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, full basement as well in the basement. It does need some work. You can see that from the pictures, but if you are interested, let me know. You can reach out to me via my email address. It is agraypropertyllc@gmail.com. And as I mentioned, it is a shell of a house essentially, so it is a full gut, but I'm only asking for $10,000 for this property.
Okay. Can't get too many properties around here for 10,000, but you got one. Okay. And also, Laura, another guy, two guys, Byron and Anthony, that done a clean out, done some clean out for me, work for me years ago. And,
Thank you. And after we got done talking about it, my property manager just emailed me and said the clean out was done supposedly.
Oops.
So I've had to go find out. No, thank you. Keep it coming.
Okay.
Put it in the chat. I'll take it for future reference, but I appreciate it. I was glad to get that email. So.
Okay. Anybody else got anything for us today? I see you, David Randolph just joined us. He's usually got something.
Hey, yeah, a little late. I guess I missed
That's
the
okay.
update.
Well, Kathy didn't come on today. We were waiting for her, and we're still hoping she might come in before we wrap things up. But no, she has not made it on today. So
Okay, well, that's I always try to get on the first of the month, and then ran into another short sale. Right when I'm getting ready to come on, I get a call from a lady that's got a foreclosure, and like on next Wednesday, and it's like, do I tell her no, or do I get on the Zoom? And it's like, oh, I'm supposed to be helping families out, you know. So Kathy, you just have to wait, I guess. and everything. But yeah, I guess, I don't know. I'll just let you go ahead with the meeting, but I got things that I'm looking for, but I don't know where you're at in your meeting.
Well, we're at the haves and wants session, so if you got something far, you can shout it. Yeah, we're taking.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, so I got a couple things and other people can, jump in or whatever. So I'm still looking for a framer, somebody that's going to do framing for a house in St. Charles. Okay, so I've got a basement, that I that I need framed. The studs, that's all I'm looking for is the studs. And somebody to do the drywall. So that's all I'm looking for is somebody to do the studs and the drywall. So my phone number is 636-685-2990. House is in St. Charles. It's a small house. It's only about 1,500 square foot. And I need the basement framed. And then I usually use somebody separate for the drywall. Okay, because I want a drywall expert. So please get a hold of me if you got somebody in St. Charles.
Okay.
David, could you also put your information, your contact information in the chat for us, please, for those that would like to write that down? And
Okay.
thank you for mentioning it verbally too. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I know you always want that stuff. Okay, let me see. I always got a thing I copy and paste. I suppose I could just put my phone number in here. Let me try this because I can't type worth a hoot. So I've got this in a file. Let me try this here. I'll put this in here and then. So are we able to save the chat now?
I will get it. It's not set up because we have to do it for everything. But if anything you want out of here, I have been saving it the last couple of weeks. I figured out how to do that.
Okay.
So.
Well, anyway, so I dropped my email and my phone number in there.
Perfect.
For those who are on the Zoom live.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. Okay, yeah. We got to get the sump pump put in first, though. I don't put in basements without putting in a sump pump.
Yeah, definitely. Don't want to finish one. That's a good idea. It's like not starting your ceiling drywall until you replace the roof.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else got anything? I put Byron, one of the guys who's done some cleanouts for me. I put his contact information in the chat there.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah, that's good. I got another house coming up that I need that far.
In fact, I misspelled. I flipped my R and the Y. Yeah, I can't type much anymore, David. We so used to doing cut and paste. I was looking at it on my phone, and instead of Byron, I typed Brian.
Yeah, well, yeah, which that reminds me, I'm glad you reminded me about the clean out. So yeah, so we just bought a short sale house in Florissant for $32,000 because you guys know I do short sales and almost everybody on here knows me. And so I do short sales, and we just closed on buying a house in Florissant with an ARV of about $220,000. Bought it from the bank for $32,000 with it, and so the banks are still dumping the houses. So anyway, the point is that I need clean out on that one, and I need I'll also need a clean up on that.
You'd be good. I think he lives over in Florissant somewhere. So
perfect. Yeah, that's what
I'm out.
On it.
It's not the St. Charles County lot.
Because they left everything in the house, on these short sales, it's kind of distressed. And when they go, we tell them, look, just walk out. Don't worry about anything. In a short sale, you don't tell the homeowner to give it broom clean.
No, you don't want that. You said leave it as dirty as possible.
Exactly.
So you can leave that impression on the bank.
Yeah. So yeah. So
I understand.
So yeah, if anybody else has any clean out guys, demo guys, throw them in the chat box too. So framer in St. Charles, drywall in St. Charles, and a clean out guy in Florissant is what I'm looking for.
Okay. Anybody got anything there, or you got something else you need? Some other needs? Haves, wants? Or project you're working on?
I got something else now that I think about it. You guys, just tell me if this is not allowed, if you don't want me to say this. But I'm actually, so you guys know that 3 years ago, I presented short sales at STLREIA, my first ever presentation for you guys, okay, on short sales. And so I've been teaching short sales ever since. Well, I'm now about to do a free master class on May the 17th. If anybody wants to be part of that master class. So I don't know if I can say that on here, kind of thing, but that's, if that's okay, I can, say that. I guess I already said it.
Well, yeah, I think you already said it. And that your contact information is in there. So if anybody wants to, and it is free, okay?
It's free. Yeah, it's free.
It's
It's
free.
3 days. It's 2 hours a day for 3 days, May 17th through the 19th, and it's free. And it's going to teach you how to do short sales.
Okay. So anybody interested in that can contact David. His contact is in the chat there. Okay. Anybody else? Got anything for us?
Lloyd, I got one or two things.
Yeah, Jim.
On the deal about the siding and what have you, I just got done working on one of my son's houses where the pitch of the roof where the fascia siding was on the fascia boards had pulled loose. And I think it was due to that windstorm we had a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
And then I went around, checked the other side, same thing. So I had to resecure them. But it might behoove those landlords to really look at their siding and fascia boards, what have you, with the strong winds we had this past month. Just a visual look, but a lot of the nails had just popped out and what have you. And I only had some screws with me, exterior screws, so I screwed them back in, but just a word of caution on that. And then on
Yeah,
the
good
sump,
reminder.
yeah, and then on the sump pump, it's just funny that Dave was talking about that. My son has a house, and years ago I had a sump pump and I put a new one in. And I thought I was being smart. I was sitting on some bricks, so I took the bricks out and I made the sump pump even lower. And all of a sudden the neighbors started saying, "Hey, what's all this water coming in my yard?" It was a dead of summer, August, and there wasn't any rain, and that pump was pumping out water out to the backyard, to my neighbor's yard. And he goes, "What's going on?" I said, "I don't know." Well, we come to find out that we got a pretty high water table here where there used to be a creek, and I guess the groundwater, even during the dead of summer, it's high enough where if that sump pump's too low, I'm pumping the whole neighborhood. And so once I put a few bricks back in there and raised the sump pump up, it stopped and everything was okay. So for whatever that's worth, I just thought that was kind of a funny story.
Well, yeah, I haven't heard of that before, but yeah, that could be a cause of a sump pump running all the time.
Yeah.
In the dead of summer. So never had that occur.
Yeah, well, you live and learn after 40 years in the business,
Yeah, you've seen it all.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, that brings up something. I got a question on people on here, if anybody has an answer for this question. Now I said publicly that we're putting in the sump pump, right? So we're doing the right thing. But someone had brought to my attention that you can actually, so in the basement, you have a normal drain that's tied into the sewer system. Someone had told me that you could actually drill a hole in that pipe, in the normal drain pipe that goes into the sewer system, drill a hole in it, and water can actually come from under your concrete floor, from under your basement, into the drain pipe and out the sewer system. Is that legal to do? Do you think that's against code if you do something? Because then you don't need a sump pump. It's all draining, through a couple holes through your sewer drain, like in a basement.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I know about that.
Does it work?
Well, I would assume it would. I did have a house that was doing that, where the previous guy had put that in that way. As far as I understand, it's a code violation. And the reason is the sewage treatment plants, in my former engineer life, I designed a lot of sewage treatment plants, the electrical systems. They don't want any more water than they have to coming into their plant. And that's why they really don't want stormwater going into their sewage lines, their sanitary lines, because there's actually bugs that eat the waste and what have you and clean up the water. And when they get too much water in there too fast, they don't like that. And so, long story short, you cannot run your sump pump into your floor drain in your basement. You have to expel that to the outside sunlight by code, the way I understand it. And so, yes, it works, but if it's a code wise, I don't think that's really legal, but I would think it would work. And
Okay.
like I said, I had one house where the guy had done that and it worked fine until something happened. It had a surge of underground water pressure and it came up to the floor drain. So
Yeah, that could be the downside there. Yeah.
I put in, I've done a number of basements over the years myself where I've, done the jackhammering with I had to hire some guys and we dug it out, put in the piping and put in the sump pump. And to really do it right, you put a trench around the whole footing and then, fill it with gravel and that fabric around the whole thing and then run it to the sump and then, expel it to the outside. But, and even then, I still have one that still has water coming up in spots. I did half the basement thinking I got the parts where it was real bad. But, it's a challenge sometimes. Every basement in St. Louis almost has a water problem, with our clay and what have you. So.
Okay, thanks.
Long answer for a short question.
Well, the code part does bother me because, I'm a rehabber, I'm selling houses, and so I've got a certain eyeball on me when I sell them, and so, that, would the buyer's inspector find that?
I don't think so. I doubt it.
It'd
I
be
don't
pretty
see
hard to
how.
find, yeah, but it's
Pick
still,
up the floor drain and look down in there, and I don't think they would. I've never seen one do that, but you don't necessarily need to do the whole basement either, Dave. You could, if you know where the water's coming in, it's not foolproof, but you could just do one or two walls of it and run it to a sump pump, and that might relieve enough pressure in the whole basement where you don't have that, what they call hydrostatic pressure, where the water's coming up between the footing and the wall, right in that crack, or even through the wall cracks, you can relieve the pressure. I've done that before in a number of houses, just one or two walls, rather than the whole basement. But to do it right, you wrap the whole basement, every wall, dig it out at the footing and put in your like bee gravel or whatever. There's different thoughts on how to do it, and piping and fabric, and then concrete it back over. They even got the things you can put on the wall. Now it's called a beaver system. Well, it's been around for a while. You can look it up. And what you do is you glue those down to the basement floor, right at the wall and floor line. And you got a mastic you stick them down with, and you glue that around your whole perimeter of your wall, and you run it to where your sump pump is. And it catches the water coming down through the wall or up through the crack in the floor enough where it channels it over to the sump pump. So you never really solve the problem, you just mask it. But if you stud it out and everything, then, and it's worked. I've used that before. It's cheap. It's called a beaver system, I think. You can go online.
The quote had that on there. Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't solve the problem. It just redirects the water, but not necessarily the end of the world if you're going to,
Well, yeah, no, my leak's coming from the floor. It's hydrostatic pressure.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
if the walls ever leak in the future, I would want that to be on there. So, that's in the bid and everything.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
guys, well, I appreciate the help on that.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I know in the city of St. Louis, they used to have a problem and probably still do in the older neighborhoods where a lot of that stormwater just ran into the sanitary system.
Yeah, and it messes up the sewage treatment
The
plant.
city, when we have these horrendous rains, the sewage gets overwhelmed and then it goes into the Mississippi River without being treated. So that's thing. So. Okay. Anybody else got anything for us? No, David Soto and Stacy are on here. Do you have anything you want to share with us today? The goings on when state legislature. I know David keeps a good hand on the legislature that is going on in Jeff City, and it might affect us landlords and property managers like himself.
So I think one of the big things that is going through right now, and I forget the status of it, I think it's going pretty good, is that the eviction moratoriums that there's a bill to prohibit cities from implementing eviction moratoriums like they did. So that's a positive for us, and we're working on that one.
Okay.
That's what comes to mind right now. So.
Okay, that's good. At least there's some property owner friendly legislation going through.
Yeah, there is.
Good. Okay. Anybody else got anything for us? I see. Yeah, there's Charles. You still have private money. Yeah, Charles, I mentioned you earlier. We had somebody on from Utah that was looking for some private money lender. Do you lend in Utah area?
I have got availability. It's not my pick, but yeah, I can.
Okay. I don't know if we have.
That was me. Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Hunter.
Sorry, I couldn't find the button to unmute and put the video on.
Yeah. No, Charles is the guy that I was thinking of. I just saw him. He popped on here. But give your contact information.
Oh yeah, let me put my contact information in the chat here.
Yeah.
So you can reach me 435-512-3658. Or it's my name, Hunter Allen 2010 at Gmail. My email. Let me pop that in the chat here.
Okay. That would be good.
But thank you. Yeah, I'm definitely looking for deals. We're getting pretty going after some pre-foreclosures, all kinds of stuff. So definitely looking for some money.
Yeah, those are going to be out
Who
there.
isn't, right?
Those are going to be, they're going to be out there, plenty of them.
Yes, sir. I think a lot of areas will have them too. And so, yeah, let me just pop this in the chat here and thank you. Great to meet you over Zoom.
Yeah. Well, good talking to you. We'll talk to you later.
I did have a question, Lloyd.
Sure.
Are you guys streaming that meeting on the 16th, or is it just in person?
Yeah, we stream it on the 16th.
Okay, awesome. And what was the cost again? I apologize.
The cost to join is $75 per year.
Okay.
We're one of the best deals if you
yeah.
the other REIAs. There aren't too many that are keeping their prices low, and we are a not-for-profit. That's the reason we can do that. We're not-for-profit. Everybody, John, Laura, myself, everybody.
Awesome.
There's Jim's a past president. We all volunteer our time, so we're just trying to cover our costs.
Great. I will probably be doing that then and see you on the 16th as well.
Okay, very good. Glad to have you. Okay, I see James left a comment here about the national cruise. Is that Mr. Landlord's cruise? You talk about, James? I know you follow Mr. Landlord. I am not directly on his mailing list, but we've had him here speak at our meetings in the past, and he likes to have his conventions in St. Louis, but he's not in St. Louis this year, I don't think. So I haven't, don't have any information on that right now, unless somebody else does. Okay, well, we exhausted everybody's resources here today. Appreciate everybody coming on. Again, want to let everybody know about our second Tuesday breakfast. I know Jim Jim Heiser and myself are regulars, and we have a number of other people that come and joined us on Tuesday, the second Tuesday at the Shack in Creve Coeur. You find the details on our website or on Meetup. We got the address and everything there. We meet start at 7 o'clock, but we would go till 9. I think it was like 9:30 before we broke up last month. So I'm looking forward to that next Tuesday. And then our May 16th, our main meeting on the 16th at the Shriner Center. We've got Maureen McDonald is going to be talking to giving us some more information, get a little more in-depth what's going on with the tenants' rights legislation in the city of St. Louis. So good for everybody, any property owner to know about.
Excuse me, I have a question real quick.
Sure, John, go ahead.
I missed most of the meeting. I got on here late, so I don't know if it was talked about. There was a gentleman that spoke at the meeting a few months ago about trust. And is he still going to have something this month? I never did receive anything.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that, getting a word on that. I see Laura shaking her head that she hasn't heard anything back from him. So yeah, he has not scheduled that. Yeah, when he schedules it, you will hear about it. We'll put it on our website. If he gives us enough notice, and hopefully he does, we'll get it in our newsletter, have it on the website. We'll talk about it here on our Fridays when.
Hey, Lloyd,
Yeah.
If you went, because I went back to the recorded presentation, he announces it in the presentation on Mother's Day, May 12th, whenever Mother's Day is. In the presentation, he says May 12th.
Yeah, there was some conflict with the dates, and I know there's some other people involved that was going to help him put that together. So he said he would just reschedule it, but we have not heard back from him. So I will let you know, or we will, as soon as we hear from him. So
That's why I asked, because I knew he had it. He said in the meeting for next weekend, so I was just wondering.
Okay.
Mother's Day. There's also some people that are traveling. There's just a couple of conflicts when he set that up. So we'll let you know as soon as we can.
Awesome, because I want to go. I've been to it 3 times.
Yes, me too.
Mm-hmm. I think I've only been twice, so you guys got me. It's very good presentation.
Yeah, I actually usually teach a little bit on the short sale side for him, about 15 or 20 minutes, because in short sales, I use a land trust so that I can wholesale the short sale immediately by selling the beneficial interest. But the process is a little bit different than a normal land trust. So as kind of like a bonus for people, him and I usually have me talk about the short sale side, of that too. So it's a really good 2-day workshop to go to.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Let's see, and just put a note in here. This is when I hire a contractor to do a job in the city, who should apply for the permit, them or the homeowner? I'm not sure about the city. I know in St. Charles, the homeowner can file for a permit. I've done that myself to save a little bit from having the plumbers want to charge an extra fee if you want to have a permit, if they have to deal with a permit. Of course, plumbers might get the permit, the inspector to come out quicker than I was. That delayed my bathtub installation or over an additional weekend that I wasn't planning on. But anybody know in the city, can a homeowner file for a permit? I would think so. Well, in fact, yeah, okay, years ago, I did. Now, unless they've changed it, when I had property in the city, I'll take that back. I did do my own permit one time.
When I'm doing a gut rehab in the city, I'm pretty much having to do that right from the get-go just to get the dumpster. I've got to turn in architectural drawings and a lot of stuff. Now you got to, name the electrician, and then there's, kind of like fees for them. That's a little bit different, but when I'm doing a gut rehab, I've got an overall permit that's covering everything. And so you want to get that going right away so you can kind of get your dumpster out there. So yeah, I think the homeowner can do it.
Yeah, that's true. And you need to name if you got an electrician or plumber, you make sure you have to list them and make sure they're licensed in that municipality. Okay. Okay, well.
Yeah, Christopher there's put in the chat that the homeowner can apply for a permit at the city website. So there you go. You can probably get some more information.
Oh, okay. There, yeah, okay. I just saw his yes. I didn't see the bottom of it. Yeah. Oh, on the website. Okay. Well, come to think of it, I guess I do that in St. Charles here too. Now they're getting a little more sophisticated. Okay. Anybody else have anything? If not, yeah, I think we had a productive session. Sorry, Kathy didn't get on, but when she can't make it on the first Friday, she usually connects up with us on the second Friday. So looking forward to hearing from her on next week. So thank you all for coming. John, you have any other final comments?
No, I don't really have anything. I just did put that link I said from Laura in there.
I saw that.
Yeah, we had a good, just kind of a real short recap. Laura Lennington does have a wholesale deal coming up in Litchfield, and she was looking for a clean out, but it looks like she found it. She recommends doing deals with Bill Jones. Let's see here. Hunter's looking for some hard money in Utah. And also apparently some $1 million homes are blowing off the cliffs there, which is little disturbing, actually, a little startling there. Yolanda's, let's see, looking for a contractor. I think she put her contact information in there. Let's see, and a couple other shares here for some clean outs. Amber has a wholesale deal. David has a master class coming up on short sales. So make sure you mark your calendars. That was the 17th, 18th, and 19th. Lots of good information and insights from Jim Heiser and from David on the sump pumps and some of those things. I know you were talking about I forgot what you call them, that goes around the bottom of the basement. I did have those without a sump pump, and that worked really good at a house I had in Florissant many years ago. Let's see, then David Soto was talking about a new bill to ban the eviction moratoriums. We'll look forward to hearing more about that, and maybe there'll be some more information at our meeting on the 16th at the Moolah Center with Maureen McDonald. So watch your inbox. Oh, and also we were talking about pulling permits too. I don't think I missed. Yeah, that's the notes I had. If I missed anything, I apologize, but we will have the replay up by midnight tonight. I always say by midnight on YouTube. It probably will not be on our STLREIA website till Monday, because that's just usually the process. So if you need to know anything else, you can always reach out to me. But lots of good takeaways today and lots of good shares. I appreciate everybody coming in.
Yeah, thank you all for coming.
Thanks, y'all. That was a great sum up, John.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks all. We'll see you all next week.